This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with John Craig. He's running for Brevard County School Board. Mr. Craig, could you tell us a little bit about your personal background here in Brevard County?
Sure, Matt. I'm a 10-year resident now in Merritt Island. I live down Newfound Harbor. And my wife and I moved here in 2004. After I left active duty military, we were looking for a place to settle our young family. We were 1 and 2 at the time, and my wife had a then fledgling company that we were looking to move as well out of the Virginia Beach area. And we did a lot of research. We knew Florida was where we wanted to be, and decided that that Brevard County would fit our needs best, and it was solely for the school system, to be quite honest. The Brevard County schools at that time were ranked very, very high. We knew that this was a place that our kids could flourish, get a great education, and that hopefully her company would do well as well. So we took the plunge without knowing anybody here in Brevard and moved everybody south. It's been a great 10 years. Our kids are now, Danny is a up-and-coming 8th grader at Jefferson Middle School, and Jillian will be entering 6th grade at Tropical Elementary. They both attended Gardendale Elementary, which was one of the schools that closed last year, which led to my interest in getting into the school board race. In the county itself, I've been a part of many nonprofit boards. I currently serve on the board of the Brevard Zoo, also serve on the board of Lee Brevard, of which I was a 2009 graduate of. I've served on a couple of governmental advisory boards in the city of Cape Canaveral and other places, and a few other nonprofit boards as well. My wife continues to be active in the community. She's on, I can't even remember how many boards now, but somewhere in the 15 to 20 range, I believe, and she's the incoming chair of the 2014-15 United Way campaign. So we remain committed to Brevard. We're thrilled to be here. And look forward to staying and continuing to raise our kids for a long time to come.
And you mentioned the closing of Gardendale as one of the reasons you got involved. Could you tell us a little bit more about how that school closing influenced you to get into the race?
Well, when the announcement came that Gardendale was one of the 4 schools slated for closure right after the 2012 surtax referendum failed, a group of parents from Gardendale motivated and got together and started a grassroots campaign of trying to figure out how we might be able to keep Gardendale open. We realized and recognized the significance of that school in the community of Merritt Island, but also as a bearer standard of the excellence of Brevard schools in general, as it had been an A school for its entire existence as a magnet school. And our kids had done so very, very well there. The sense of community within the school was significant to our happiness with our kids' education. And so as this group of parents and concerned community leaders came together, we started to look at the way business was being done in Viera, both at the school board level and in the administrative level. And we just started to kind of peel back the onion a bit to see how the budget was being administered and how the organization itself was set up, as we recognize that it truly is a large-scale business. And we thought, from a bunch of business leaders getting together, maybe we could take a look and add our ideas and thoughts to the process, and hopefully maybe find a few ways to find efficiencies and maybe some new ways of doing business in order to alleviate the pressures that the administration and the school board felt were so strong that they needed to close these community schools. So the Gardendale closure eventually did happen, and that is really what kind of was the genesis of my interest in running. And well, it's not the reason for it. The reason for it is because of what I saw was happening in Viera, and the lack of strong leadership and strong financial long-range planning. Certainly the closure of that school was very important to me and to my family as well. And all the schools that closed really impacted communities, which I feel are extremely important in a county of 72 miles long. We are a group of small communities where the schools are a central focus point of those communities. We don't have major metropolitan areas outside of Melbourne and Palm Bay. We have these communities that are really built on strong schools and strong community involvement and parental involvement in the educational process.
As far as support from friends and family, it appears that your kids are very supportive. Your family's been very supportive of your decision. I noticed your two kids at the meeting yesterday, at the meeting with voters and other candidates. Your kids were there wearing their John Craig shirts. They look like they're pretty fired up. So has the family really been a great support thus far in the campaign?
They really have. My kids, again, Danny, who's just turned 13 and has some special needs, but is a extremely strong student at Jefferson Middle School, and Jillian, who is a tropical, they think it's pretty cool that I'm running. They continue to talk me up with their friends and with their friends' families. But it's to me, it's important to show them that the way to get involved and the way to affect change is to get involved and to offer solutions, and rather than just criticizing and complaining about things such as their closure of their school, that we put forth solutions and ideas on how to make sure that that never happens again and that other families aren't affected down the road.
And was this the first time you decided to run for an office?
It is. First time I've ever ran for anything, yes.
So I'm sure those first conversations must have been interesting with the family as far as, hey, I think I'm going to throw my hat into the ring.
It was probably my wife that pushed me more than anything. We thought about it, prayed about it a lot, but she finally, I think, kind of gave me that last push over the edge. My opinion had always been somebody else will step up, somebody with better qualifications than me, because I'm always of the opinion that there is always somebody out there better than you. But she really kind of told me that, no, you really are the best person for this, and you do a really, really good job. And so I appreciate her support, her backing. Of course, the kids are awesome as well.
Could you tell us a little bit about your public service in the Navy?
So I'm a graduate of the U.S. Naval Academy, graduated in 1987, and served 16 years on active duty as a combat carrier pilot, flying F-14s and F-18s. Deployed on several different aircraft carriers to several different conflicts throughout the world. When I left active duty in 2003, I transitioned to the Navy Reserve and have served as in a variety of positions there in different units, including a commanding officer of a unit in Jacksonville, executive officer of a unit in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Currently in the Navy Emergency Preparedness Liaison Officer for the U.S. Virgin Islands. I coordinate all the emergency management between the Department of Defense and the territory, whether that's man-made or natural disaster type relief. My experience in uniform has given me great opportunity for leadership examples, people to follow as mentors, but also my own opportunity to grow as a leader and to understand what servant leadership means, which I think is extremely lacking on our board right now, and one of the things that really motivated me to run.